year as a junior. He'll be outstanding. There's Danny Fortson coming over.
Bobby Brannon comes in, and there goes Drew Barry, senior, closing out a career here, Billy. He was the only player on the team at Tech that had NCAA tournament experience. He had played in that game, the first-round game. They lost to Southern back in '93.
Well, the young man will go out in his career. He's the all-time leading assist leader in the ACC tournament, both for a single tournament as well as a career. Beat Bobby Hurley's record.
John Kelly fires a three. He's a senior in grad school and hoping to be a meteorologist. But he hasn't seen a storm like the one they ran into tonight called Cincinnati. I don't know what classes he's taken, but maybe they have this one in the next semester.
How about LeGray just taking over out here?
Bad forecast for Georgia Tech from the start here tonight.
When are you getting out of this, Jim?
In about 50 seconds. And the Cincinnati fans stand in admiration of this performance by the Bearcats.
Harpering just so tired he can't even chase LeGray.
Went to the line for two. So 3 wins with 3 wins to go if you want to win the championship. UMass, Kentucky, Georgetown, Wake Forest, Syracuse, Mississippi State, Cincinnati.
You know, Jim, both of these teams were in the Metro. When you think of what Conference USA made and all the big changes, probably in college basketball, Cincinnati has been in the middle of some huge changes in the game in college basketball. You know, the Metro, then the great job
Great Midwest.
Yeah, Great Midwest, and now Conference USA. And Bobby Huggins won every single tournament championship in the 4 years of the Great Midwest, and now he starts off Conference USA, wins that one. So he's got 5 straight postseason conference tournament championships. But Georgia Tech, before they came to the ACC, were members of the Metro with, along with Cincinnati.
84-67.
Not a home court, but a home crowd for Cincinnati as well. And maybe, what do you think this weekend on Sunday? Do the SEC people from Kentucky go for Mississippi State to try to balance off this great following from Cincinnati that's here?
You know, I think there will be a lot of Cincinnati folks trying to round up tickets. And I think that will give the Bearcats one advantage. They'll have definitely more fans here, only 80 miles away. And they've made quite a roar here tonight. Ahead, this guy can fly. Love it. And it's stripped. He can fly and sky.
Well, we noticed yesterday in the shoot-around, tremendous elevation just on a normal jump shot. And he wanted to put that one away.
And he was able to catch it flat-footed. Levitt lays it in. And the assist to Terrence Davis. At the other end, Brennan missing. Johnny Williams with the rebound, and Tech scores.
Well, those are the ones you tell your grandkids about. It was in the NCAA tournament. Rupp Arena hit the jumper from the corner.
Yeah, that was Ryan Murphy. But Cincinnati's Bob Huggins to the final 8.
Well, they've been there before, Jim. He's worked his way to the Final 4 and, of course, got beat by the University of North Carolina in '93 in a regional final.
Yeah, that was in the East Final, '93. The school has been to 6 of them, 6 Final Fours. 1 of them in the '90s. They're 1 game away from another one. Mississippi State, Cincinnati, all set now for Sunday afternoon back here at Rupp Arena. The genuine Chevrolet players of the game are Damon Flint from Cincinnati, 18 points, and an overall big game tonight. Michael Maddox of Georgia Tech with 13. Cincinnati and Mississippi State advance out of Lexington. And Right now, let's send you back to New York and Pat O'Brien.
All right, Jim, Billy, thank you for your work tonight. We'll see you on Sunday. And so make an adjustment on your brackets at home, as we are doing here in our studios. Cincinnati advances, as Jimmy said. They will play Mississippi State on Sunday. Let's go out to Denver now, where Kansas leads Arizona by a point. Here's Tim and Al.
1-point game with 16:55 to go, second half. Kansas 48, Arizona 47, the 2 seed against the 3 seed in the West. Williams going out for Arizona. McLean returns, the starter who has been spotted in this game. Pierce from the free throw line. This youngster has been strong from there, and he's not a great shooter normally from the free throw line. 60%er. And there's a look at the brackets with Cincinnati advancing to meet Mississippi State. And it's a Sunday game here on CBS.
What's happening now here is that Arizona's trying to slow down the tempo, and the Jayhawks are trying to up tempo. Whoever wins that battle might win the ball game.
It's a 3-point Kansas lead. Arizona in blue, Kansas in white. Simon behind the back dribble, kicks it out for Geary. Geary driving, and looks like Vaughn will pick up the call, and that's 2 on him.
A little bit too much hands that time on Geary. Reggie got a move on him, and Jock moved his hands in. You play defense with your feet, and Jock's feet are unbelievable. Jock Vaughn.
Tomorrow it's UMass against Georgetown, Kentucky against Louisville, against the Wake Forest, pardon me. Flipping my draw down here and giving that one to Louisville. Wake Forest, the winner there, advancing to face Kentucky.
Geary,
personals on Geary.
He wouldn't have been called for this, Tim, if he didn't lower his shoulder. He lowered his shoulder in, and the ref had to call it that way.
3 on Geary. Can't afford to have him in trouble. Pierce driving the line. Good foul by Williams. Continues to be hot. E.J. Williams, a junior from Wichita. 10 points for him. Off the bench for Kansas.
Try to spot up McLean if they can.
Simon. Turnaround won't go. Rebound by Williams.
Always a good decision on a break.
On for Pugh, and Pugh got his own rebound. It's off the hands of McLean. Kansas ball.
I told you in the first half, on any break, Vaughn makes good decisions.
Jock Vaughn of Kansas leading the battle of these two very good guards. 9 points to 2 over Geary. 3 more assists, and each has 4 turnovers. Geary, however, has 4 personal fouls, and they cannot afford to lose him, can the Arizona Wildcats. They are thin on the bench, and only a freshman, Jason Terry, to back him up.
They really have neutralized each other, and the team captain, Geary, here is not looking to score, but he should score more than 2 points.
Each averages about 10 points a game, and Vaughn is about at his average. One more point. Get him there. 19 turnovers by the Cats now. Pass. Waits for the basket. Trying to feed it to Pugh. Battle for the loose ball is grabbed by Dickerson for Arizona. 72 to 63 Kansas. 5:40 to go.
Done a great job defensive-wise on Ben Davis down low.
Dickerson for 3.
They'll set up a half-court set this
17
time.
points.
You're going to have to watch the back picks and the down picks and screens.
The third 3-point field goal for Dickerson. Vaughn sets up the Kansas play. Pollard getting ready to come back in. Pugh hit the deck. On driving, throws up a prayer. Williams rebounds it.
Williams gave a push before he got the rebound coming down.
Second on B.J. Williams. And our game summary here in this half. Arizona
with only 7 rebounds to 17 by Kansas. And look at B.J. Williams off the bench, 16 points, 8 rebounds, 8 of 12 from the field. It's just an outstanding performance for B.J. Williams, who averages 4.4 points a game, the junior from Wichita. Davis will be at the line for Arizona. He has 8 points. It's been quiet since the first half.
Arizona is giving McClain a rest. They'll put him back in the final rush. I would say with about 3.5 minutes to go, he'll come back in.
They've given him a lot of rest. And of course, no doubt, due to the dehydration he suffered. Although Dickerson does get a lot of time off the bench and has played well here in the McClain spot. Davis makes it a 5-point game. 5:02 to go. Hold on to your hats. The crowd's coming to its feet here. The Kansas fans exhorting their team. They do not want to see a Cincinnati-Georgia game finish like that one. I mean,
he laid it high on the backboard. He had to get over Ben Davis coming in, so he put him about 3 feet above the rim, off the glass.
Referring, of course, to the Georgia-Syracuse game earlier here this evening. Near steal by Robertson. Terry, he's short. Pollard has it. Vaughn slows it down. Watched by Jason Terry. 74 to 68.
Watch all the screening down low, back screening and picking. Constant moving with the Jayhawks.
Billy Thomas. Kansas, number 12, with Vaughn, Pollard, Williams, and Ryan Robertson.
Terry's trying to keep the ball out of Vaughn's hands.
Billy Thomas missing a 3. Loose ball comes to Simon.
Numbers are right for Williams. There it is.
Corey Williams shut off by Pollard, but makes the play. Smart, patient play by Corey Williams. 16 points for him.
Anybody's ball game. A 4-point spread. 3 minutes and 43 seconds left. If Kansas doesn't score this time, watch out for tightening up.
74 to 70, Kansas. Seeded number 2 in the West. Arizona number 3, and a miscue by Vaughn. 2-on-1. Terry.
And he was hit. Foul. He can bring the Cats within 1 point.
How about the freshman's cool there going up? Jason Terry, freshman from Seattle.
The turnover here, they create their fast break, is kicked to the left, but Simon now feeds it to Terry, which we call socks.
2-point game. Lute Olson fired up himself, and his troops fired up.
Well, let's see what you can do, Sox. Let's get a little picture of those socks there from the camera people. There they are.
Terry, he of the Sox on the line. 3-point play by the freshman. 1-point game. Kansas 74 to 73. 3:24 to go.
I do not drive to work. I do not drive to get from point A to point B. I do not drive to run away from the world. I just love to drive.
The new 1996 Monte Carlo. Personal space from genuine Chevrolet.
Light, the Super Bullet. It's shipped cold to tap the clean taste of the Rockies.
Miss it! Miss it! Oh, I want you to miss your mama! Kitty! Bang, baby, bang! You're up, man. Nice shot.
At Radio Shack, we carry thousands of electronic parts and accessories. Accessories that make what you already own work better, sound better, play better.
Help! Help!
Just tell us what you need.
Help!
We've even got those hard-to-get items. Radio Shack. You've got questions, we've got answers.
Tonight, Andre Agassi joins Dave.
We go together like Ram-a-lam-a-lam-a, ka-ding-a-ding-ding-dong.
Plus a trip with Regis. It's gonna be great on The Late Show.
A one-point game, Kansas on top. 3:24 to play. Arizona hanging in there. And 3 full timeouts each team has remaining. Each has their 20s. Possession arrow belongs to Kansas. 3:20 to go. The Trents, Pollard, Vaughn, Pass, and Pierce, the starting lineup for the Jayhawks on the floor. Steal by Davis. Davis has been quiet this half. That's a big play. Only 4 points and 1 rebound in the second half for Ben Davis, the Arizona big man. Dickerson.
Ooh, they take the lead.
Arizona by 1.
Now you got a gut check right here.
Syracuse and Georgia all over again.
Would like to get Haas on the outside, but I think you have to pump it down low. There it is.
Here's the turnaround. Won't go for the freshman. And it's Corey Williams coming down with it. He took a beating, but he hung on to the ball. Geary for Dickerson. Dickerson short. The ball hit the side of the backboard. It'll be Kansas ball. Arizona by 1. 2:15 to go.
Right decision we made by Jock Vaughn. Look for the penetrating dish.
On watch, double team by Dickerson and Davis.
There's the dish.
Pass. In and out. Up for the rebound goes Dickerson, and a foul called on Kansas. Williams. B.J. Williams is third. 2 shots. 10 team fouls for Kansas.
The bonus foul. Shoot 2 shots no matter what foul is called from now on out.
Dickerson, a free throw shooter at 73% for the season. He's had a big game for Arizona. He's got 19 points. He averages 11-6.
What he has, Tim, even his outside shooting, his foul shooting, tremendous trajectory on his shot. Watch how it goes up about 2/3 of the way, then drops down at the end. Bang!
He shares time with Joel McLean, but he's been the main man today because of the illness suffered by McLean, who's not played a lot.
Too early to go for the 3. I just go for a score. There's plenty of time left.
3-point game. This is Vaughn feeding it off. No basket.
Ooh, I thought they were going to call a walk. They called a foul. That is the 19th foul on Arizona, so it'll be a 1-and-1, I believe.
Simon.
Nice penetration that time by Jock. He dumped it down low to Williams. So it's a 1-and-1, not the bonus foul. Next will be the bonus foul.
B.J. Williams, 16 points. At the free throw line, he hits. 2-point game. Arizona led in the first half by 13. They trailed by 10 here in the second half. And a 20-second timeout called by Lute Olson in Arizona. Wildcats up by 2. 1:42 to play. Well, Jim Boeheim, he says, hey, this is deja vu, and if he was Barra, he'd say all over again.
But you know what? You know what's difficult about it? He doesn't know which one to root for or which one to over-scout. What you're doing in a situation like this, you take 2 of your staff to scout Arkansas, Arizona, and 2 to scout Kansas, because you don't know who's going to win, but you want to have the reports proper.
Jim Boeheim's Syracuse team outlasting stubborn Georgia Bulldogs team in overtime. First game here tonight in Denver. Roy Williams. Well, these guys, they've been working hard tonight, Williams and Olsen. Williams with that beautiful arc that Al McGuire talked about from Dickerson, a similar arc from B.J. Williams. Arizona by 1. 1:34 to go.
As long as he keeps his dribble alive, the clock doesn't count against him. You pick up your dribble, you got 5 seconds.
14 seconds on the shot clock. Tight checking by Kansas. A foul called.
Haas.
And it's Haas. Jared Haas. 4 on him.
Simon says I get it automatically 2-shot foul.
Miles Simon. Sophomore from Fullerton, California. Shoots free throws at 76%. And we have a timeout, a 20-second call by Lute Olson.
Simon is more of a thinking man's player. He's very heady, very clever in what he does, and he doesn't have any weaknesses. His game is solid offensively and defensively.
He was born in Stockholm, Sweden, and a little family distinction he has is he's the brother-in-law of Darryl Strawberry, Major League Baseball player.
When he's playing at 100%, the Cats are tough to beat.
Each team still with 3 full timeouts. They've used up their 20s. Kansas with 11 team fouls. Arizona with 9. A possession arrow still remains Jayhawks. Simon at the line for Arizona. Kansas has scored only 1 field goal in the last 5 minutes and 50 seconds. Simon, cool sophomore, has 20 points. Well over his average of just under 13.
This is a big one because it puts you at 3. Okay, now I would think maybe look for the 3, but if it's a simple deuce, go for the deuce. But I'd look for the 3. Nice back door. Oh, what a block. Woo. Reggie, my man. It came from downtown from the backside. Watch Reggie come from the backside in this block. Up and away. Where's your cape?
Reggie Geary, a 6'2" guard. Foul called before the basket.
The ball danced around, didn't go in. He'll go to the foul line for 2 shots. Both teams are in a bonus anyway.
Before the shot, I meant to say thank you, Al. And Pollard goes to the line with 2 shots. 3-point game, Arizona. Scott Pollard, the junior from San Diego. One of the characters on the Kansas team. He and Vaughn are roommates, and they say that's quite a combination. We've got a timeout, 1:08 to play. Arizona by 2. Tim Ryan, Al McGuire, 1:08 to go here in Denver. Arizona by 2. Pollard at the line, shooting 2. For Kansas, the Jayhawks, the number 2 seed. Arizona, the number 3.
If he makes this foul shot, the Jayhawks come up with hard pressure. If the ball gets in, they'll try to foul Williams. Williams is the worst percentage foul shooter on Arizona. Nope, it hits.
It's a 1-point game. 7 points for Pollard. Kansas fans come to their feet. 1 minute left. Geary deep to the corner. Dickerson off the back iron. Loose ball. Haas 2-on-1. Haas looking for help now. Good recovery by the Wildcats. On the transition, Vaughn sets it up. 44 seconds. 23 on the shot clock. In the corner, it's Haas for 3. Kansas by 2, 34 seconds left. 16 points for Jared Haas.
They won't go for a timeout. They'll go for a score. They'll take a deuce or a 3.
Geary for Ben Davis. Bothered enough. Missed it. Rebound. Pierce. 16 seconds left.
You got to foul right away, no matter who it is. You can't wait. You can't be. You got to foul right away. This is insane. Good.
Simon finally gets him. I think he had trouble catching him. 9.1 seconds left. Clever play by Vaughn. Running it all the way out to the midcourt line. 4 personals on Simon.
They know he spotted up in the corner. Zip. Now watch the bench react. There is a little bit delay on that.
Jared Haas to put Kansas in front. Vaughn at the line. This outstanding backcourt delivering the goods here in the final seconds. 3-point game.
This is the big one now, because if he makes this one, it becomes a 2-possession game for the Wildcats.
Timeout. 9.1 left.
Jock Vaughn will penetrate into the paint and then kick it out to Haas. Here he goes. There's the kick out, and there's the bury. Now here's a low angle look at it. Penetrates to the middle, kick out to one of the best disciplined point guards in the country, with Vaughn hitting his 3-point spot up man, Haas.
Jared Haas, 16 points, 4 3-pointers, none bigger than that one, an 82-79 lead with the free throw from Vaughn. He's got another one coming, remember. We've had a timeout between the two. Vaughn looking calm, cool, and collected. 12 points he has.
He has to make this one. It's a 2-possession game. He makes it, it should be all she wrote.
And he does. Jock Vaughn, 13 for the game. A big-time pair of free throws. 9.1 left. Simon kicks it out. And 3 is off the mark from Dickerson.
Bad foul that time by Williams. He pushed off before he went to the rebound. There's still hope here. What they'll do, they'll make their first foul shot. The second one they'll miss on purpose.
3.6 seconds left. 4-point Kansas lead.
Here's the shot. Catches a piece of the rim. Williams pushed off before. You didn't catch it in that shot right there. Now the man goes to the foul line. McLean goes to the foul line. The idea is to make the first foul, miss the second, and try to get the rebound.
3.6 seconds. All that's left in regulation time. Lute Olson's got to have some good things happen here to have the finish that he hopes for. The number 3 seeds against number 2 Kansas. Kansas up by 4.
If Joe makes this one, he has to miss the next one on purpose.
McLean makes it.
Now let's see if I'm figuring this thing out right. I think I am. He has to miss this one on purpose, in my opinion.
3-point game.
He did. Oh, almost scored on. Wow, it's still alive. Let it go. Oh,
just missed. McLean short. Kansas advances. A 3-point win over Arizona. Olson and Williams. Boy, they coached their butts off here tonight, those two guys. And a great job by Roy Williams of the Jayhawks of Kansas. Number 2 seeds advance to the Elite 8. They'll meet Syracuse here on Sunday afternoon in Denver. Disappointment for Lute Olson, joy for Roy Williams. McLean got the miss, and Al McGuire said he had to try more. The ball bouncing around, and the Wildcats unable to come up with it until McLean just too far away off balance. A desperation shot. So the happy Jayhawks hold off the Wildcats. Another thriller here in Denver. Syracuse escaped from Georgia. Kansas did the same from Arizona. And they'll meet at 2:40 tip-off time Sunday here at McNichols Sports Arena in Denver. Our Chevrolet players of the game. Michael Dickerson, 21 points, 7 rebounds. B.J. Williams, brilliant off the bench for Kansas, 18 points, 9 rebounds. And Kansas advances. And we'll return you to Pat O'Brien at our studios in New York after this message. Stay with us for more.
Welcome back to New York. All right, don't fall down on us. Coming up here on CBS and elsewhere, your local news, followed by The Late Show with David Letterman. That's next right here on CBS. Let's get you an idea of what's coming up tomorrow here at Men's Division II Championship. Northern Kentucky and Fort Hays State. That starts at 12:30. Then after that at 3 o'clock, it's the road to the Final Four. Mike Krzyzewski comes in, and we can actually spell that as well. Then at 3:40, Wake Forest and Kentucky in our first game out in the Midwest. Then around 6 o'clock, Georgetown and UMass as we begin to set our Final Four. Can it be? Pete Carrill, we've had a great time having you here. What are your future plans, by the way?
First, let me say I had a wonderful time, too, and I think if everything goes all right, I'll get this gray hair of mine sitting on the bench as an assistant coach somewhere in the NBA.
Back to basketball and back to the NBA. Well, good luck. Congratulations.
Thanks
and we'll
a lot.
be looking for that.
Good night, dear fellow. You're a good guy.
George, what are your future plans?
To continue my search for people who are looking for Final Four tickets. I have some right at half court.
All right,
But
well,
no one seems to want them.
Hope you're going to go home and study Fort Hays State, Northern Kentucky, all right? Thank you all for joining us. A great day of basketball, a couple of great games. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.